Meet the design tool from the future, the most powerful visual.
Hey, I created.
And we are live. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing today? The date is March 22nd. We got a nice update today. Not a huge update, but definitely an impactful update. We're 3 for 3. We've been getting updates once a week now for the past 3 weeks. That is cool, right, guys? What's up, username? Oh, dude. Never missing this stream, dude. What a legend. Thanks for being here, guys. Yeah, this is some news came out about an hour ago at this point. But it's some pretty cool news, I have to say. Are you guys familiar with loot trading? Most of you, I assume most of you, right? We'll get into it in a second. Just let it fill a second. But how's everybody doing today? Everybody having a good day? Weather's starting to warm up a little bit. Hey, Infra, what's up, man? How you doing, brother? Just read the post, so this means it does not affect it. That's what we're going to talk about, Lex. That's what we're going to talk about. I don't know, man. I really don't know. We'll see what you guys think together, because it's a very good question. Dude, Sarmonican with the $50? Are you kidding me, man? Dude, thank you so much. These weekly updates are amazing. The hype is real. I don't know how much you've donated at this point, Sarmonican. I can't thank you enough, man. Holy crap, man. Sarmonican keeping a roof over my head, man. Really appreciate it. Holy crap. That is insane. Thank you so much.
These weekly updates are amazing. The hype is real.
The hype is real, Sarmonican. God damn, dude. I'm gonna get a plaque with your name and just hang it behind me or something, dude. That is nutter butters, man. I appreciate it, dude. I really do. Thank you so much. That's good money right there. Really appreciate that. Alright, guys, we're gonna get into it now. So here is the article I'm talking about. It's called Loot Trading in Classic. So my general thoughts on this, guys, is that Blizzard is there has been a change in something is changing at Blizzard, guys. You guys feel it? I feel it. This is not normal. They're communicating with us a lot more, and they're actually saying tangible things, substantial things every time they're communicating with us. I don't know who this Kyvax guy is, but I got a good feeling about this, guys. I mean, we went months and months and months with no update, right? 2-3 months or something, and we're getting weekly updates. I feel spoiled, you know, like Blizzard gives us just a little whiff, you know, just a little whiff here or there, and it still feels great. You know, they're communicating with us. It keeps the hype going and alive. So this is with regard to loot trading in Classic. So a lot of people were super pissed off, actually myself included. I didn't really realize how big of a deal loot trading was until I watched, I think it was Alex Central's video on it. A few people made videos back in the day. I didn't really have a particular stance on loot trading. I didn't really realize the implications of it. Maybe some of you might be in the same boat. But loot trading is basically, they implemented during Wrath of the Lich King. And if you receive soulbound loot, normally, you know, it's soulbound. It's stuck to you. You can't trade it to anyone, right? But they implemented this loot trading feature where within a 2-hour window, you could trade it to anyone else that would have been eligible for that loot. And seems like a good feature, right? On a surface level, it seems like a good feature, a quality of life feature, but there are ways to abuse it. So you can pretty much go into a dungeon run or something, and let's say I'm a hunter, right? Hypnotic, hey man, what's up, guys? Yo, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Lots of people coming in. So let's say I'm a hunter, right? And we're gonna do UBRS together, and I really want True Strike shoulders, most competitive pre-raid BIS item. That's what I made the thumbnail about True Strike, because True Strikes are just legendary. So I want True Strikes, right? And I'm in a group with some of my friends, and there's another hunter in the group. He already got his true strikes. He's good to go. But he's gonna put on a crappy pair of green shoulders, and we're gonna run in there. We're gonna kill Pyro Guard, and he's gonna roll need, and I'm gonna roll need. And if he wins it, he'll just trade it to me, and we can just pretend like we don't know each other or whatever. Either way, you can collude with other people and give players an unfair advantage. So that's something still TBD whether they're going to consider UBRS a 5-man. I think that they are though, man, because people do them in a 5-man. I know you can technically head in there with more, but anyway, let's get into the post, guys. Thanks for tuning in today. All right. Also, it's not going to happen in UBRS 10-man either, so no ninja of the good pre-raid gear. Yeah. All right, let's get into the article. So this is posted 2 hours ago. At BlizzCon 2018, we talked about how we plan to keep loot trading in World of Warcraft Classic. Triggered so many people. We added loot trading in Wrath of the Lich King to solve a common problem. A player could accidentally loot an item meant for another player or give it to the wrong person using master loot. Let me stop there for a second, guys. Let me stop for a second. So, what do you guys think about this? I always was under the impression that Classic WoW is a pretty brutal game, right? That's part of the beauty of it, though. Like, it feels like the world is not trying to hold your hand. It's not trying to cater to you. If you mess up and you and you don't hit need when you're supposed to or whatever, I honestly think you shouldn't even get the gear. I was surprised when I found out that GMs were going in there and manually giving the gear to the people. I don't know what you guys think about that, but if I were to lose out on a piece of gear, I never once in my life opened a ticket to try and get it. You know, I just messed up. I just take an L and move on. But anyway, yeah, anyway, let's keep going. So they would then have to contact Blizzard to get the item moved to the intended recipient, which might take days. We wanted to keep loot trading in WoW Classic because the end result is the same. The correct person gets the item, and it'll save everybody time. So they post that? Where did they post that, Chauncey? You're saying they posted the UBRS is considered 5-man. That's what I would figure, right? That's what I would figure. Yeah. Hey, Nears, he's asking, is there any possibility that you will make a mage guide as good as your recent hunter guide? So yeah, good news for you guys, bad news for me. We have been cranking already. We're going to do all the classes, all 9 classes. We're going to have those dissertation level guides. So get excited, guys. Whatever class you're going to play, I'm going to do my best alongside some of my colleagues and some of these people that really know the game, 200 IQ players, and we're going to try and put together for you comprehensive PvE guides. Endgame guide. So the Hunter one we put together was like an hour long. It was jam-packed full of information. If you haven't seen it, go check it out if you're going to play Hunter. That is hopefully everything you need to know to play Hunter successfully in Classic World of Warcraft. THC Force Ghost, what's up, man? How we doing? Sarmonican, I'm fine with it. Our guild in Vanilla accidentally master looted pre-shoulders to a mage, had to wait for days. I'm fine with it for raids only. Okay. So yeah, we'll keep going. Anyway, this is where it starts to get good, guys. They're listening. They said, but we heard your concerns about the potential for abuse of the loot trading system in parties of 5. It's possible that abusive play could take the form of a group of 4 players colluding to deny loot to a stranger who joined their party as a pickup. Raid groups, being much larger, come with more understanding on the part of solo players that loot distribution can depend on the whims of the many players and raid leaders who know each other. Taking that into consideration, we've decided that the 2-hour loot trading system in WoW Classic will only apply to soulbound gear that drops in raids. Soulbound loot that drops in 5-person content will not be tradable at any time. What we hope to do is to strike a balance between saving players time and minimizing the potential for abuse of the system. We think this approach better addresses the concerns we've heard from players on the subject. So it's good news, right? Bottom line, they're listening to us. They seem to are responding to the feedback that people are sharing with them. You know, our voices are being heard to a certain extent. But you guys are saying that UBRS is going to be considered a 5-man. So you can go into UBRS. I don't know why they have this arbitrary kind of 5-man thing on it. I would want them to just say, you know, pre-raid content, right? And I don't really I mean, I guess okay. I guess you could consider UBRS raid content, but if they could just if they clarified that a little bit more, it'd be better, I think. What do you guys think? Let's see. So I see UBRS. Farming stuff in UBRS is an absolute nightmare. Hey, Temesto, the link is in the chat, bro. The link is in the chat. Yeah, I think they're including UBRS. Yeah, I would assume so too. So you're gonna have a fair shot going in, because that would happen all the time, man. If loot trading was a thing, I mean, that would be the standard. I think funneling loot to players would be the standard, and doing shady stuff like that. So it's really good news. I have to say, it's really good news. What do you guys think about raids, though? You still think it's gonna be an issue in raids? What immediately comes to mind to me, guys, is pug raids. Pug raids, right? There's going to be a lot of pug raids. Even on private servers, there's a ton of pug raids. People doing pug ZGs and stuff like that. So in pugs, that could still very much be an issue. It just takes a few people. It just takes a few people colluding with each other to get that unfair gear advantage. Alright, let me scroll down. Hypnotic says, Kyvax, 105 post community manager. The answer to the UBR's question is loot trading will be available in content that has a raid lock. Okay, that makes so much sense. That's a very clean way of saying it. Excellent news. Nailed it. Yeah, seems like people are pretty happy. Alright, so raid locked content won't have yeah, pugs are still a risk. I mean, that's a big risk though. I think that's a big risk. It will probably make people not want to do pugs. I probably wouldn't want to do pugs if this is the case, because I'm just going to assume going into it that the loot is going to be just a sloppy mess, and that I have a very small chance of getting loot in a pug. Is there any step you could take in a pug? What do you guys think? Is there any step you could take to prevent loot trading? Like almost like a decentralized loot trading system or something like that? I mean, they're going to have master loot on. They're going to have master loot on, and the guy's just going to be able to give it to whoever. I don't imagine pug raids will be very popular. I don't know, man. I mean, on the private servers, they're very popular. They're very, because I mean, the information of the fights, the boss fights they're so out there. The information is out there that there's a lot of successful pugs out there. So I do think, like Sermonican said, that if you are in a guild and you are raiding with your boys, mistakes do happen, and if the loot does go to someone else that it's not supposed to go to, the loot trading can be of benefit. So I'm acknowledging that there's some benefit here with the loot trading, right? You know, mistakes do happen. Me personally, I would probably not want that. I feel like it would just add another layer of difficulty to the game, where if you mess up, you messed up, and that's just kind of tough luck. You know, you just have to try and get it again. Hey, Pogren, what's up, man? This news is great. It is great. It is great. Yeah. Do you guys think loot trading was your #1 concern with regard to Classic WoW? I think out of all the changes they announced, like, let me break it down. So they have sharding. They haven't really talked about dynamic respawn. It's probably going to be sharding, and you guys think they're going to have dynamic respawn? Dynamic respawn is where they, based on the amount of players in the region, they'll scale the respawn time up and down for the mobs. So it's on default, the respawn time is 5 minutes. So if there's a ton of players in the region, they may make it like a 2-3 minute respawn or something like that. You think sharding? I do think I think loot trading has a bigger impact than sharding. I mean, loot trading is impacting the highest tier of play at 60 to a certain extent. You really don't want shards. Wow, it seems like most of you guys care about the sharding more than anything. Yeah, I feel you on that, because I mean, sharding does just kill the spirit of the game, right? It's a hard scenario to think about. Would you rather prefer you know, loot trading or sharding through all the zones? Yeah, sharding through all the zones would probably be the biggest thing for me as well. I just never thought that they were going to do sharding through every zone. That would just be suicide. But, you know, sharding in the low-level zones on launch for the first couple months, that to me is not a big deal. And let me tell you why I actually think sharding in the lower-level zones is good. This might be an unpopular opinion, guys, but if any of you guys have played on a private server before, well, not played on a private server, but if you've played on launch during a private server, like K3, Chronos 3, or Northdale, or whatever, you've seen how crazy it gets on a private server, right? There are people... This is what happens, right? It's launch day. I'm sitting at my computer. This is what happens. You're just sitting there, copy-pasting your information into the client, hoping you have a small chance of even getting it in the first place. And you're going to the server. Oftentimes, like during K3, I went into that server very prepared. I had my route down. I wanted to get ahead of the pack. I was going to try hard. I'm sitting there. I couldn't even get into the damn thing. So I'm pasting my credentials in over and over again. Finally, I get in. I log in. I'm in the Valley of Trials. There are thousands of people around me in the Valley of Trials. It is an absolute clusterfuck. People know where all the mobs spawn. So they're just sitting on top of the spawn points with a macro to try and tag these mobs, right? And you have like a 1 in 10 shot of tagging these mobs, just with your little melee dagger. It is kind of... It is culturally, it's a moment in the server narrative. Like, you'll think back on those days somewhat fondly in hindsight. Like, remember when the server was so crazy right on launch? But what that does, what bothers me about that, is that it hurts people that are trying to, like, do preparation, do prep work to go into Classic and get a head start and to have a good start, right? So if you plan out your leveling route, there's no way to actually implement it in practice because it's such a clusterfuck. And you end up just partying with people and killing stuff and trying to get any shred of XP you can possibly find. That was the meta. That's why exploration leveling was a thing. That's why 5 people would run out immediately and go to the cool terrace area and start killing those marines, because that's the only way to get XP. Yeah. Can you talk about the 16 debuff limit at the start of Classic? Wouldn't it make the first raids a lot easier? It would potentially noxious, but here's the thing I've been hearing about that. So yeah, it could potentially make MC easier and stuff, but the later raids, I mean, the later raids have 16 debuff slots. So I don't know if anyone is really going to struggle in the first place clearing out Molten Core on some of the early raids. I don't think it's going to matter too much, man. Like, the harder raids are still going to be the same. And with the 16 debuff slots, you might see a little more flexibility in the earlier raids. Like, you'll probably get maybe another Shadow Priest, maybe Balanced Druid or Elemental Shaman or something. You might have a little more flexibility as far as raid composition is concerned. So, you know, it's Molten Core, man. Like, I'm not super worried about it, you know. Hey, what's up, Harley? Hey, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. We got a lot of people in the house today. Can I link of this video, Cargos? I have footage of a server opening. Yeah, maybe you can put it in, yeah, could you put it in Discord, dude? I can play it. Yeah, there won't be loot trading in UBRS. That is great news, guys, because that'll probably be the place that has the highest likelihood of abuse, specifically UBRS. Farming stuff in LBRS and UBRS is a friggin' nightmare, dude. So that's great news that there's no sharding. You linking it right now? Perfect. Let's see. So yeah, I'm actually a little bit happy. I'm a little bit excited for the sharding in the early environments, because I think if you guys want to put in that legwork right now to really refine your leveling path, that will actually translate into some sort of advantage. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, I'm still concerned about the pug loot trading. I hope they go back on that decision as well. At that point, though. No, Lottie, their position on sharding is still the same. For those of you who don't know, Blizzard's position on sharding is that they will have sharding on launch, but only in the starting zones. It's to be determined if that's just going to be like Northshire Abbey or Elwyn Forest as a whole. I would assume it would just be Elwyn Forest as a whole, and only for, you know, maybe the first couple weeks of a server launch, because it can get crazy. It can get absolutely crazy, and a lot of people fall off. Jake Knopp says, Cargos, I'm disappointed. No loot trading, period. I think we might end up in that direction anyway, though, Jake. Because if they're already peeling back loot trading when it comes to pugs, I feel like the next step of feedback, the next evolution of feedback, are going to be people saying, Kaivax, dude, these pugs, it's going to really disincentivize pugs from forming, because this same problem is still going to apply to pug raids. And there's a lot of pug raids, man. Pug raiding is a thing, man. Even back in real vanilla, dude, there was pugs, man. I remember pugging ZG back in the day. And if people think that there's going to be collusion in pugs, man, that could really go against the spirit of the game. So maybe the next step is for them to take it away in general. How valuable do you guys think it is, and how often do you think that even happens within a raid, or where an item is given to the wrong person? Does that happen a lot? I could probably count on one hand the amount of times I've personally seen that happen, where someone in a raid environment with guildies is getting master looted the wrong thing. Pugs are too risky. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Ale? What's up, man? Cargo's yes. What? Yes to what though? You've seen it happen a lot. Master loot wrong item. It happens all the time. Okay, that's fair. I mean, if it happens a lot, guys, if this is something that happens on a week-to-week basis or something, it makes sense. It makes sense. There's some value of the feature. Wallati says cargoes, but that would mean a ton of green items due to sharding, and that means it can be abused. I mean, a ton of green items. I mean, dude, it would be like green items in Elwyn Forest. You know what I mean? You'd get like, you'd have your pockets filled with malachite. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's gonna make a big splash though. I don't think it's gonna make a big splash. And even when it comes to stuff like leather, you know, there's some protections there. Like, you don't really get leather from every mob. You're gonna get ruined leather scraps in those really early zones. Our old master looter did it all the time. Yeah, I mean, so if that's the only value add I can think about loot trading, other than saving Blizzard time and money and human resource specialists or whatever, you know what I mean, or GMs or whatever, is that in a situation where something is master looted incorrectly, you can rectify that situation. But like I said earlier in the stream, for those of you tuning in, I would prefer a World of Warcraft where if you fuck that up and you make the mistake of giving it to the wrong person, yeah, people are gonna be a little salty, but that's the nature of the beast, man. That's classic WoW. It's not gonna hold your hand, you know. Can you break it down? Yeah, Ale. You want to come into Discord? If you come into Discord, I'll pull you into the stream room. We can talk about it. Ale's a very experienced player, guys. Very experienced, great mage player. He was on Countdown to Classic. Close friend of mine. Might be attending my wedding. Might. Sharding nodes too. Yeah, the nodes could be an issue. Like stuff like copper veins and stuff. They actually retain value pretty well. It's a good point, Mumfo. Just click more carefully, people. Yeah. What I would hope happen is I hope that they just take it out in general. I don't think we really need it, but at the same time, man, I mean, I don't know. We don't know Blizzard's situation. Maybe they don't have the money to support that many GMs. I don't really know what it looks like on the back end, so it's not a huge deal either way. Hey, Blaine TX in the house. What's up, man? How you doing, brother? Oh, we got a subscriber, guys, in Twitch. Indie Zone, subscribe with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, man. Thank you very much. Welcome. I'm working on some emotes. I actually finally I like understand what that is now, and I'm having some people work on Twitch emotes. That's the thing, right? So that's coming. All right, I'm gonna pull. We're gonna have a guest in the house, guys. We're gonna have Big Ale in the house coming into the stream. I'll pull him in here. Alright. Hey, what's up, Ale? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How's my voice?
Sounding great. Can you guys hear him, chat? Can you guys hear Big Ale? Let's see what the chat says. How you doing today, man?
Big Ale.
How you feeling? Big Ale. The
Yeah,
legend.
feeling pretty good.
Feeling pretty
Good
good.
to have news again, hey?
Weekly news, man. Weekly news. 3 for 3. This guy Kyvax is 3 for 3. I can't believe my eyes, man. I'm starting to feel spoiled now. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get weekly updates.
This
Feels
is
good, man.
multiple times this week too, though, right?
Oh, is it multiple times per week? Wow, dude. Yeah, this is,
Yeah.
guys, for those of you watching right now, which is about 250 people here watching, this is the Ale from Countdown to Classic. Ale, can you please share with the people? I know you could talk for probably 30 minutes about your history with WoW. You got Gladiator multiple times and all this, but what is your vanilla experience, man?
Vanilla experience is everything. Cleared all content right through Nax, including KT. There's a Nax kill on my channel. I don't really have much on there on YouTube. I do have video proof that I was there, so I'm not shitting you.
Wait, you're saying you did all this during real vanilla too?
Vanilla, you got it.
Wow, that's crazy, guys. This is an OG WoW veteran that cleared it all out during vanilla. That was a different beast back then, man. That was a totally different beast. So good to have you.
It was super no life, definitely.
Super no life. Damn, dude.
I couldn't start my real life and college and everything until that was done because, man, the time it took was just immense.
I believe it. Now, do you remember? I mean, it's so long ago, but like, were people going super tryhard with consumes and world buffs back then in Nax?
That didn't come around until the end of Nax for us. Like, we didn't get on that level until right near the end when we were doing Saffron and KT.
Holy
But
crap.
it became a big deal. So I remember on our kills, we would often go in there and be wiping, and then we'd have a good attempt. we're like, okay, we're feeling good, we're warmed up, we would actually leave the instance, go and do all the raid buffs, come back, and then go at it again.
So it was right at the tail end of vanilla. People started to figure that out, that you could like stack them up really high. And
Exactly, and the content was like hard enough. You really needed to do it at that time.
damn,
It gave
dude.
It was a huge boom.
What server did you play on back in the day?
Mal'Ganis US.
Mal'Ganis, that's a legendary server. Guys in the chat, where did you guys play back in vanilla if you played back in vanilla? I played on 2 servers. I played on Skull Crusher and Enderhall, man. I still remember my guild. Shout out to Tetragrammaton. What do you remember your guild name too?
Yeah, we were Validus for the next clear.
Validus. Damn, that is badass. And you played a big mage, I'm assuming, right? Got to.
Big, yeah. It was funny because Mal'Ganis was actually a server that was a lot different than other servers because it was one of the few Horde dominated. It had Elitist Jerks on it, as well as Goon Squad from the Something Awful forums. So there was like way more Horde on that server than Alliance. And I know for a lot of servers it was actually the opposite.
Were you guys like the only? Were there other guilds that cleared it out back then on your server?
There were. Ours was either the first or second best PvE server total. There was 5 guilds that cleared.
Damn, dude, that is insane. That is insane. You actually might be the first person I've ever met that cleared it out during real vanilla. There's been a lot of people since, on the private servers. I never even stepped foot in Nax in vanilla, guys. Like, I was a little freaking noob, yo.
A lot of people claim they have, but not a lot actually have outside of private servers.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. I mean, there was totally different technology back then, too. Like, I mean, just no Discord, right? You had a lot more ghetto communication channels and...
Dude, I remember doing this on my CRT. It was like, that was big butt monitor.
Oh, I remember I remember those.
Yeah, that was the kind of thing, those big white, like, friggin' honkers. Yeah, it was a totally different beast. Like, this was like pre-YouTube as well, right? So I remember, like, for people to get videos, you had to upload them to a website like Warcraft Movies or something to see anything.
Yeah.
So like, dude, information was just not out there.
It was just not out there. Yeah, it was not out there. Not the same level of guides. And do you remember offhand, were people like really young back then, or were they still a little bit older? I mean, I assume you were, you were a lot younger back then. Considering going into it now as grown-ass men will be at a much bigger advantage, but
it was really a widespread. I feel like most of the people I played with were college age, or late high school. But we did actually have a guy who was like 12 years old in our guild. He was like our best pal.
Wow, that is insane. Even at high school level, though, like clearing out Naxxramas and OG Vanilla as a bunch of high school kids, that's a legit adventure right there. That's so freaking cool.
Definitely. I remember one of our last kills, it actually took us 8 hours straight of KT because we just kept wiping and kept having problems. And we just stuck with it the whole time because we actually had some people from other guilds in our raid who just needed a KT kill to get their legendary staff. Because that was like the last portion to get, or second last maybe, and it was kind of like up to us to help out these other guys who couldn't make it all the way. Because for guilds that continued to clear Nax, or at least kill a lot of bosses in Nax, they were getting the shards for the staff, right? But they needed the kill to actually complete it. So we had like 3 or 4 guys from other guilds in there, and it was like, we're doing this. It might have actually been the night or two before TBC release, and we're like, we got to do this, or else these guys aren't going to get their staffs.
Gotcha, that's crazy, man. That is an era. I mean, do you still keep in touch with any of those guys? I mean,
man, that's the crazy thing. So I recently was playing on a private server, and I had a guy shoot me a tell and was like, "Hey, are you the same guy from back in the day?" And I actually met up with like probably my best friend from back in the day, which was just hilarious. And then later on, after that, we actually bumped into our old guild leader.
Holy crap, that is amazing, man.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're all coming back, man. They already cleared it out during real vanilla, like I wonder if those people want to do it again.
Yeah, my old guild leader's planning to go hard in Classic. He played on a private server, and like he's trying to get everybody back together and, maybe do something special with server first. Just
poop socket, as you said.
Yeah.
You got a poop socket. Nice, man. That is really cool. So do you think this whole... what's your take on this whole loot trading thing? Do you think it's valuable to have it all in the game? I mean, what do you feel? What do you think?
I mean, moving into raids just moves the potential for abuse to a raid as well. But I think the valuable thing is that because most raids are cleared by guilds, that this is will be overall a benefit.
Huh,
And the reason
okay.
for that being is that like the value of each individual piece of loot is so much bigger than even in Wrath of the Lich King, right? Like you think about it, your crossbow smiting, that thing might only drop 2 or 3 times in a year, right? And so when one of those items is mislooted, it has such a bigger effect than than if you're just any other really piece or from any other expansion. And that's the big point is that the loot is so much harder in rarity to get that a misloot is
Could
a big
devastate the
problem.
guild pretty much, huh? Imagining
Seriously.
that, yeah. I mean, people would probably develop hatreds. I mean, if you guys remember, like, Vanilla WoW is so different from the retail versions of the game. There's only like 3-4 pieces that drop at all, and then there's freaking 40 people in the raid. So, yeah, that makes sense. That's
Maybe it'll be different now that there'll be a lot more pugs and they'll have to change things up. But for me, someone who plays like entirely within like a guild system, I can see this as being a huge benefit for us because I remember multiple times where something significant was mislooted because just the way the raid interface works with Master Looter, you gotta like go to the party, click on the guy, right click and like loot the item to him. And if like people leave the party or stuff gets moved around, I remember there was issues, you know, just
oh
shitty things
god.
like that would happen, and
After
you'd
8
end up.
hours of wiping, dude, you're like semi-conscious and you're trying to give the loot to someone and you misclick. That would be devastating.
Yeah, so I can see that case alone being a huge benefit for guilds. But it's still, you're right, it definitely leaves the potential for abuse being there if, you queue in with a group of 5 people with, a pug doing a raid and like everybody tries to get something, but hopefully that's where the server community will pull through. And if people pull that stuff that, they'll be ostracized.
Totally. I mean, do you think, or what is Blizzard's reasoning? And chat, help me out with this too. What do you think Blizzard's reasoning is to put this in general? I mean, I feel like their main reasoning is not to help guilds, or maybe it is. Actually, maybe it is. But it seems like they want to have like less GMs and have it be more automated. I'm assuming. So like, if we countered to Blizzard and said, "Could you have this just be a guild feature?" Maybe they would say, "Well, that's not the main reason we're doing this. We're doing this because we can't have like 200 GMs standing by all the time or something like that." Customer support reasons, yeah, they can't afford GMs. They're trying to go full automation to reduce GM tickets. Do you remember any instances? Did they do that back in the day, Ale? Would GMs come and fix that stuff if someone got it incorrectly, got something?
I honestly don't remember. I don't think they did.
Right? Yeah, that's hardcore. That's hardcore. If you worked in customer service, you would understand. Yeah. You know, one thing I found the other day, I don't know if you ever heard about this, Ale. They actually had an interrogation room. You can go to it, like, on PTRs and stuff. And apparently for a little while, back in OG Vanilla, if you did something wrong, they would, like, teleport you to this, like, matrix room. It was like a white padded... It was like white padded walls, kind of. And all it was like a chair in the middle. And they were like... The Game Masters almost RP'd back then, man. To like RP with you and talk to you strange.
Yeah, I never got to see that, but yeah, I heard it existed.
Yeah, GM Island. Yeah, that is really cool, man. Hopefully one day we can talk to an actual OG vanilla GM and they could explain it all to us. GM Island, baby. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So you excited for Classic, man? You're forsaking your mage roots. You're going warrior this time, huh?
Yeah, if I roll with you guys, I'm gonna go warrior. I think Wind Fury is a hell of a.
Hell yeah, Wind Fury is a hell of a drug for sure. Did you go Orc Warrior?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Orc Warrior is the dream, guys. It just looks too cool.
I still have a little mage in me. I gotta pop that that racial and become a glass.
Hell yeah, a little mage in you, absolutely. GM Island
All right.
was. Oh, you're gonna bounce out?
Yeah, I gotta bounce.
All right, cool, man. Thanks for
But,
sharing your
thanks for having me
experiences,
in.
guys. Give a thank you to Ale in the chat for blessing us with that wisdom, dude. Ale's an OG. Salute, man. Thanks for sharing, man. Peace.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. If the offense was such a bad one where they needed interrogation, yeah, exactly. They would You can, if you have a PTR, I mean, low-key, you can check it out. It looks, it doesn't look like WoW at all. Like, it's a white padded room. Looks like you're in the friggin' Matrix or something. And all it is a chair in the middle. And apparently they would sit you down in the chair and, like, RP with you and be like, Cargos, I heard you were using foul language in trade chat. This is unacceptable. What do you have to say? And they would, like, make a ruling on you and, like, ban you. It's kind of funny. Yeah, big ups to Ale. Hey, there he is in the chat, by the way, guys, if you want to sub to him. He's a close friend. He's helping with our Classic WoW Live project. He's one of the founding members of it. He a very experienced guy. He has stripes pretty much on all of us. So definitely throw him a sub and follow. He's probably going to make videos and stuff, I would assume, at some point. Cargos, it happened to you before? No, it didn't happen to me before, man. It didn't happen to me before, thankfully. But you can still check it out on, like, PTRs right now. Warlock with wand and shadow. What do you guys think, though, man? This is another question I've been dealing with, man. I still don't know if I'm going to go Warlock or Hunter. Are any of you guys still on the fence with what you guys are going to play? Because it's a big decision, man. What are you going to main? Because even though I do want to get all characters to 60, like all classes, I still think it's important. I don't know what you guys think. I still think it's important to have a main, to, like, declare a main, so you can have kind of an identity in the game rather than just having all the classes. So, you know, like I said yesterday, my brain tells me go Warlock, because Warlock embodies everything I like in the classes. I like the quality of life that a Warlock has. I like how you itemize as a Warlock. I think they look cool aesthetically. I love how the rotation is so simple that it doesn't really require a lot of brain power, and your range DPS, you're throwing up Curse of Elements, or Shadow Bolting, Demonic Rune, that's pretty much it, man. Like, I like all that stuff. I like how some of these craftable items will last you for a long time. In PvP, you only need rank 10 to be full BIS. They're pound for pound heavyweight champs out in a 1v1 duel type environment. But my heart tells me play Hunter, because I've played Hunter so long. It's what I ended up maining back in OG Vanilla. It's kind of the brand I have with my channel. And even though I see a lot of the flaws with the Hunter, part of me just feels like I need to play Hunter, man. So change the flavor, new perspective is important. So you think I should go Warlock, Chauncey? Yeah, well, that's one good thing that's attractive to me of playing Warlock too, guys, by the way, because I have very little experience playing a Warlock, so it would be very much a fresh environment. I'd be kind of new, but I'd have to do a lot more prep work to get ready to go for Classic. Whereas Hunter, it's just like autopilot. I make a Hunter, pretty much know what to do all the way up to 60 and then some. I had the same situation with my main as Priest. I think a lot of us are going to face that situation. Do you try and do something different, or do you try and relive the old nostalgia of playing the same class or going through the same experience again? Or do we try and do something totally fresh and different? It's tough, man. Oh yeah, and the free mount, John Kevin, that is super important, man. Super important. I can't decide between Warlock, Paladin, or Rogue. I played Rogue in Vanilla, and it's what I did best, but Gold was so hard as Rogue. Yeah. Some of these classes, man, it's probably better just for you to level another class to do your farming on. It'll just save you time in the long run, man. Just get a Hunter or a Mage. Another thing, too, that was a little bit of a blow to me as a Hunter, guys, is you know that DM's not going to be there on launch, right? And as a Hunter, that's a very attractive thing. If you have DM on launch and being able to do tribute runs, which they could change, though. They could very well change it so that you can't do tribute runs. You can't do them on some of the private servers right now. They like fixed it. But not having DM and having access to all that awesome gear, like Barber's Blade and all the new pre-bis, it makes me want to play Hunter like a little bit less, man. So, I mean, you're pretty much going to have to do Maradon farming, which is still good. Still really good gold per hour, especially if you have herbalism. But, yeah, it's just another thing I'm thinking about that's on my radar. I figure I'm just going to roll all classes and hope I get one to 60 eventually. Yeah, that's the spirit, man. So if that's what I'd recommend for you guys. If you're in doubt of like what am I gonna play during Classic, what class, just get into the mindset of, man, I'm gonna get them all to 60 eventually, and we have years and years ahead of us, and we don't need to rush it too much, because I've said this many times before, guys, but just as another reminder to you guys, this is a moment. Even just disregarding the whole narrative of Classic WoW and how we got to where we are right now and where we're going to be in the future, this is a game changer in the sense that World of Warcraft has never been in a situation where if you get full, complete best-in-slot gear, it will stick. right? There's always a new expansion. There's always a new thing that's going to potentially reset the power level. This is the first time that it won't. So there's more of an incentive than ever. There's more of an incentive than ever to actually work hard and get that gear. Sir Monikin says, reason I'm doing mage first and then warrior is that I can use gold from my mage to buy good weapons as I level the warrior. Absolutely, Sir Monikin. Leveling a mage first is, you really can't go wrong with that, man. And you can do dungeon mob tagging and find ways to make the leveling process on your warrior a lot easier. So you can literally level to 60 as a mage and then make your warrior alt and have your friends, and even if you have 2 accounts, you can literally go into an instance and start doing dungeon mob tagging for them and leveling them up, power leveling them as a group, and you won't have to go through all the trauma of leveling a warrior vanilla. So that could be a totally legit strat, man. TBC for Classic in 10 years? I'd want 3 years, man. I don't know what you guys think, but I want 3 years of uninterrupted, amazing, original Classic, and then they roll out the next level of Legacy servers. Legacy servers. Let me get a drink really quick. I'm a little thirsty. My coffee's out. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, no beer today, guys. I'm just sticking with water, you know. Just gotta stay hydrated. Gotta stay hydrated come Classic, guys. Would love TBC. Skip TBC and straight to Lich King? Nah, man. Nah, man. Alright, let me catch up with this chat here. TBC announced in 2 years, then out in 3 years. Wrath of the Lich King announced in 5 years and launched in 6 years. Yeah, it's not a bad way to go. Not a bad way to go. But that's the crazy thing, guys. I mean, this is the first time in WoW. You ever have that feeling where sometimes you don't want to work and keep raiding or whatever because you have an expansion coming around the corner and you don't really think your gear is going to last that long? That is not the situation here, guys. Like, you can be a completionist with this game in the truest sense this time around. You can complete, like, kind of everything. You know, you could get one character to rank 14. You could get him all the tier sets and collect them all. You could, you know, you could collect all the rare pets and everything like that. And in a sense, you could kind of complete and beat the game, which is something that's never really happened before in all of World of Warcraft. So I'm excited for that. Eventually, I'm gonna get all the classes to 60. Release August 15th and beta test June. You still think there's gonna be a beta patch? Patchouli? I'm not so sure at this point, man. But you're one to hear a beer crack? Yeah, man. I got that wedding coming up, Hypnotic. I'm trying to, you know, relax a little bit on the beer. I'm getting married in a little under 2 months, guys. In case you didn't know, May 19th is the date. Getting hitched. So one thing that's kind of cool though is some of the people I've met, you know, doing the content creation thing are coming to my wedding. So I can't wait to meet up with the Classic fam over there. I might stream it or something. I don't know. It'll be fun, man. It will be fun. Agreed on the hype of the streams. Hell yeah. Married to Classic. That's all you need, baby. It's certainly a lot cheaper to be married to Classic, I'll tell you. Will I reschedule my wedding if Classic launches on May 19th? Ooh, dude, I really would not want to think of that happening, dude. What would I do, man? Classic release on May 19th. Probably, I'd probably still go through the wedding, obviously, but I'd probably postpone the honeymoon. I'd have to say that. Dude, if it came out on May 19th, I'd postpone the honeymoon, I think. I couldn't. I just couldn't, man. I couldn't miss Classic. We'd just do it in a few months or something. Right? Yeah, Jonathan, good luck telling that to the fiance, dude. Yeah. Happy wife, happy life. That's a scientific, factual statement, Blaine Tex, man. Absolutely, absolutely. I'm lucky enough that she even lets me do this, man, for real. Branko, hey Cargo's got a question. Is the 16 debuff limit? If so, how would Feral Druid play no bleeds? You know, I don't really have an answer that directly comes to that question. I have to ask someone like Taladrill. I don't know how it all pans out, but what I will tell you, Branko, is that feral druids, you can be successful as a feral druid, and you just have to look to Shadow as an example. Really fantastic player. If you put the work in as a feral druid, you can make it happen. Feral druids really are not as much of a meme as people might think. You know, the other day we were testing. Oh, there's someone here. Sorry, someone's at the door, guys. 1 second. Give me 2 seconds here. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. YouTube Shadow. Yeah, Shadow. Yeah, there's a great video of Shadow. S-H-E-D-O if you're interested in playing Feral Druid. You have to work hard, though, guys, I have to say. You have to basically go to Nomargon and farm up a bunch of those manual crowd pummelers and stuff like that. You have to do crazy stuff. Power shifting and APM intensive rotation, to say the least. So power shifting is where the TLDR power shifting is that you go out of form, you pop out of cat form, then go back into cat form to generate that instant energy again. You know, if you have like Wolf's, the Wolf Helm, and you have the certain talents, when you go into cat form, you'll get a little burst of energy. So you use your mana and convert it into additional energy. That's the essence behind power shifting. So you're going to have to be doing stuff like that, using lots of extra consumables. So Cargos, will they use leashing for world bosses to not be pulled to cities? No, I don't. I think they, Jehovah's Witnesses. Close, dude, close. I have to say, these solicitors drive me up the walls. I hope there's no leashing, man. I hope there's no leashing. I hope you can kite stuff all around the world. That's one of the cool things about playing a hunter. You know, you can just kite world bosses and kite whatever. What do you guys think? You think, like, having Kha'Zix and Stormwind, stuff like that is cool. It doesn't really hurt the world or anything like that. I think it'd be cool to have that stuff. I mean, and it was in Classic, you know, it was in real vanilla, so. What's your favorite Glock? I like the Glock 17. It's big. I have kind of big hands, so. Some of the little mini ones, like the 26, too small for me. You can't really get a lot of purchase on the bottom. So I like Glock 17. Do you think the final season of Gaming Thrones and Classic WoW being released a couple months of each other is a coincidence? All I know, guys, is this next year is going to be a lot of no-lifing, man. A lot of no-lifing. There's a lot of good stuff coming out this year. Game of Thrones coming out. New Stranger Things coming out. I don't know if anybody watches Stranger Things. It's an awesome show. Classic WoW's coming out. Rip life, guys. Rip life. Rip life. What happened? Loot trading canceled? Juddings. Hey, welcome to Twitch. Yeah, greetings everybody on Twitch. Thanks for giving my channel a shot. So pretty much, TLDR is that they're going back on their position on loot trading. It's only going to be in raids, and they're considering anything that doesn't have a raid lock on it will not have loot trading. UBRS, LBRS, all the dungeons, BRD, stuff like that. No loot trading in those confirmed. So, that's great. Twitch hype indeed. Yeah, thank you, Hypnotic, for chilling out in there. Alright. ZG Plague? Oh, what do you guys think about that? You guys know about the ZG Plague? You guys know about that? The ZG Plague? They were literally studying it for science and stuff. I hope we get something like that, too. Okay, Elysium stress test. Here we go. I see what you mean, Stealth. Okay. Let's put this on. So guys, we were talking about it a little while ago. I want to show you this. Perfect Stealth linked this. This is the Elysium stress test. And we were talking about sharding earlier. The reason why I'm putting this on, let me see, make sure you guys can see it all right. Okay. So we were talking about sharding earlier, right? And why I think sharding is actually kind of good in the early days of a server. Because you can, if you do prep work and you have your leveling route down, you can get the advantage that you deserve, and it's not going to be any craziness. This is what it looks like on a fresh private server with no sharding. This is what it looks like. And keep in mind, Blizzard said they're only going to do sharding for the first week or two maybe, and only in the very first starting zones, just to have the death ball disperse a little bit. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. I have just started playing WoW Classic last week, and I'm level 13 Night Elf. First time playing, by the way. I just want to know what would be better, endgame Rogue or Warrior. I'm a bit biased, Lupo. as you guys know, I'm not a huge fan of rogues. I could still, maybe I couldn't even play a rogue. It'd be hard for me to find it in me to main a rogue. I personally would go with warrior, Lupu. Sorry. You're able to do multiple roles. You're able to, you know, clear out dungeons a lot better and cleave down stuff for your friends if you want to help power level people in dungeons. To me, I don't see a reason why I'd play a rogue over warrior unless you were really, really into world PvP and just kind of messing with people out in world PvP. Not even group world PvP. If you're into like solo, surgically removing people, deleting people out in the world by your lonesome, play a rogue, man. Horde or Alliance patch? Yo, you already know, man. You already know. Horde, man. Loktar, baby. Loktar. Yeah, that's what it is for me. Yeah, we're gonna go PvP server. They also had a small update. I didn't think it was really worth making a video on it. You guys might have saw it yesterday. There's not gonna be RP PvP servers, at least on launch, because they said that it's like the smallest niche. That's kind of low-key, like I said before, guys. I kind of want to play on an RP PvP server. I never really did an RP server before, but I was thinking about doing that. But it seems like everybody wants to just go PvP. So, we'll go PvP Horde. Lots of kind of smaller content creators, like myself and like Defcamp Melderon, Dawkin, Platinum WoW, Ale, who was on earlier, Countdown to Classic, I heard, is interested. We're all going to roll together and be the Horde. Look at that, guys. Look at this craziness. Elysium stress test. That is insane. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why they're sharding. I could handle this, though. I'm kind of used to this, right? If this was the case and it was this crazy, you would just try and team up with 4 other people and sprint out and try and find your own section of the world and just start killing stuff, man, and just getting any shred of XP possible. But I think for a lot of people that are going to be like new to Classic WoW or coming back, this experience might kill it for them. If there's this many people in the starting zones, like thousands of people. Yeah, and the way private servers have handled it is through dynamic respawns. They haven't had sharding on private servers, but they have had dynamic respawns. So it looks like Blizzard won't have dynamic respawns, and they're going to do sharding instead. Hey, Lockpocket, what's up, man? You guys are same server. See, that seems cool to have a counter alliance guild to you guys. Yeah, if you guys want to go alliance, man, and kill us, you know, because for all these times we pissed you off on stream or whatever, do it up. We need that rivalry, man. We need that rivalry. Hey, John Kevin in the house. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Guys? Sharding is more realistic. All of our earliest memories of WoW weren't competing for a mob with 1,000 people. Exactly. And Johan, with the dynamic respawns, sometimes it feels broken with the dynamic respawns. It'll feel like the mob is just instantly coming back to life. Okay, on these private servers, like during the launch, it was the type of thing. I remember some of them, not all of them. I think it might have been Northdale. No, you know what? It was the Elysium relaunch. But I distinctly remember I was on Discord with my friends and we were playing, and my buddy Jose was playing a rogue, and the mob was spawning so fast that he just didn't move. He stood on the spawn location of it and he just spammed his buttons, and he was just killing kobolds right in that Northshire Abbey so fast that he was leveling faster than like everybody. And rogues are pretty good at tagging with that macro, so you know, that's kind of against the spirit of Classic as well, man. Yeah, we want to make sure your server stays somewhat faction balanced. That's a big thing, though. I gotta share with you guys. I don't know what's gonna happen if Blizzard has plans for it. I'm in a weird situation because I am a content creator myself and streamer and stuff, but it probably will create a lot of imbalance on the servers, unless there's a lot of people that hate the streamers too, that want to just like gank them, you know. Maybe that would help. Maybe I gotta start creating some more rivalries. But it could, I don't know, it could kind of mess things up if all of us are like on one faction on one server. But we'll see. You have Blaine says, Cargos, what's your opinion on the long-term staying power of Classic since the 2019 gamer is so different? So I have a lot of thoughts on that, Blaine. My thoughts on the staying power: I think there's so much content in Classic WoW that even right now, like me playing these games for all these years, I've still never stepped foot into Nax myself. And then even when I do step foot into Nax in real vanilla, that will only be doing so on one character. And then all the gear that I need to get, and theory crafting, and cool different builds you could try. And one thing that I think has the most staying power out of Classic WoW, this might be an unpopular opinion, guys, but before I started to get into, I worked in the games industry for a couple of years, guys, and I worked in like the esports. I basically worked in the esports industry, and I built a company a few years ago where we were like engineering tournament software to help facilitate automated tournaments for these esports. And I see a lot of potential in Classic WoW Battlegrounds as an esports platform. I think it could be really cool, and I think a lot of people are underestimating how awesome it is. The PvP in vanilla WoW, the consumable meta, the item meta is incredible, guys. It goes so deep, and all I think it would take would be the right viewership experience where people could understand what's going on with like really good casters for it to be interesting. And if it was like Warsong Gulch, it's the type of thing where if you're watching Warsong Gulch, you can see the flag going up and down the field, and it doesn't seem like this abstract win condition where you don't really understand what's going on. You get to see the druid running up and down, right? And you get to see midfield, and I don't know, I think it could be cool. I think it would be cool. We're gonna try it. It could be terrible. You never know, because at the end of the day, it's all about the viewership experience. If the viewers aren't able to have a good time and understand what's going on and see the exchange of cooldowns and the decisions, then it will never take off. And I think that's why WoW, like World of Warcraft, retail WoW has never really exploded as an esports. As an esport, the viewership experience has always just been a little bit lackluster. Like, I've tried to watch it, watching the BlizzCon tournaments and stuff, but I find myself just changing the stream after a few minutes because I don't really understand what's going on that much. And anyway, I think it could be really cool. So that's one thing I really want to explore in Classic with you guys. I want to do like dueling tournaments with you guys. We did that during the demo. How fun was that? Was anybody there for the demo that watched that? We did these dueling tournaments. That was so much fun. Everybody made like a big circle, and then we had people dueling in the middle, and everybody was like cheering each other on. I want to do that all the time. Dueling tournaments. Also, if we can, like pre-made tournaments, like pre-made type tournaments where it's almost like an E-League type thing. I want to do burst wars. That's how I got my start with my channel, doing burst wars videos. So like basically burst competitions for all the classes. So I'm really excited to do stuff on the PvP front come Classic. That's one of my goals, man, to do a lot more PvP this time. I think it's likely Blizz will at least explore the idea of your esports Classic PvP. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If you can turn it into an esport, you kind of immortalize it to a certain capacity. Oh, we got a new Twitch Prime, guys. Wheezy24, thank you so much, man. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate you guys giving me a shot on Twitch. I have like very little following on Twitch. So much, man. Thanks so much. Yeah, everyone keeps telling me Twitch is better, but I feel like I just would lose a lot of you guys because not really a lot of people on YouTube want to go over to Twitch. Ooh, got a new donation from John Kevin. Thank you, man. $10. Do you think WoW Classic might blow up overseas, mostly in Asia, due to WoW movie and Warcraft 3 being big there? Also, having low computer specs will allow more users to play. That's a really good, interesting idea, man. I mean, one thing I've noticed, guys, making videos, is that there is so much love for this game across, like, everywhere.
Do you think WoW Classic might blow up overseas, mostly Asia, due to WoW movie and WC3 being big there? Also, having low computer specs will allow more users to play.
You guys can hear that text-to-speech, right? Thank you so much for the $10, John. Yeah, I think it already is really popular in Asia. Like, you guys think about the Warcraft movie, how big that was in Asia. I heard it wasn't that successful here in the US, but in Asia, like, they loved it. And in Asia, they really like Warcraft 3 and Dota. Like, Dota basically came from Warcraft, guys. You gotta remember that. Like, from Warcraft 3. I think it'll be big over there. Also, Russia, man, they love Classic so much. I think, yeah, I really do think Classic WoW will be big. It'll be big over there. But yeah, so yeah, the lack of alerts cross-platform from YouTube to Twitch. Yeah, man, Steve, I feel you, bro. I've been trying to figure out how to do that. I haven't really had much success with it, but yeah, I'll just try and stream on both for as much as possible. I feel like I could reach the most people that way. But Yeah, I think Classic WoW will be a big success. I mean, they're probably going to have Asia servers and Russia servers and stuff like that too, right? APAC servers. I really, dude, there are millions of people across the world that are like sleeper cells. There are sleeper cells who haven't played WoW for the longest time, but they remember it, man. They remember it back in the day. Like, even personally within my own friend group, have people that were, oh wow, so many follows on Twitch. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. Holy crap. That's a lot of follows. Yeah, I can't seem to get that Twitch notification to like style, but I'll work on it. But there's a lot of people, even within my own friend group, guys. I don't know if you have people in the same boat that haven't played WoW since like Lich King or Kata or something like that. But they're interested in Classic WoW and they're going to come back. You know, it's to be determined what that number is, but I think it's a lot of people, guys. I really do. I think it's millions of people. I believe. I believe. I believe. As long as we don't have to share servers with Russians and Chinese players, then I'm good. This is by no means a racist comment, just a preference. Yeah, I think that's a valid point, man, because there's just a language barrier, right? Whoa, what is that? Did the, oh, there's a little ad thing. Sorry, guys. Let me skip this. Ooh, wetlands. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, there's a language barrier with that. And also, if with the private servers, guys, there's never really a downtime because there's so many different time zones playing on the private servers. I really look forward to that, having an actual downtime where you can farm, and it'll be more immersive too. Be more immersive. I have a question for you guys though. Oh, hey, where do you find these classic updates? Basically on the Blizzard forums, Skill of All. They will do a blue post there, and you just track the blue posts, and then every time you see one, you get it. If you live overseas, you play in that region, you don't get a video. Yeah, I'm really excited though, like to have some sort of sense of time instead of just constant, you know, sensory overload from people everywhere in different countries and everything like that. But on the same note, there's always pros and cons, right? On the same note, it is kind of cool being able to play with European people, because a lot of people on YouTube right now, probably half of you are from Europe right now. Probably half of you from Europe. And, you know, on these private servers, you're able to play with each other. And now it's going to be region locked, right? So if you're a European person, you can't play together anymore. So that was one benefit that the private servers had, I have to say. But I'm going to make an EU account, I think, too, just because there's so many cool people that are in Europe as well. Tanner Jet, hey Cargos, first time I've tuned into one of your streams. Love to see you gaining popularity. Your enthusiasm and positivity is perfect for the face class. Wow, yo man, that's so nice of you to say. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Hell yeah, the love is real, guys. The love is real. I don't know, like for games like RuneScape, maybe some of you guys played RuneScape before. WoW was my first MMO. Do you think when RuneScape was relaunching, was it like this? Do you think they had a similar community of people that were like really passionate about it and stuff? I'd be really curious, because I feel like Classic WoW is unique in that sense, that the vanilla love is so strong, man. Like, I know RuneScape has a lot of fans too, but I've never seen a gaming community quite like this personally. You know, it's a different feel, you know, with some of the esports type communities. Yes, but just not big as WoW. Okay, everyone went mental. Okay, I must have missed that. So it was probably something similar, huh? Yeah. That's good to hear. I mean, it's good to hear. I said it in my last video, right? I think we're in this chapter, this era of gaming, where people miss the way the old games feel, man, and that people are kind of sick of the constant microtransactions and having to buy extra stuff and premium services, and it's like too commercial, man. Like, it's too industrial feeling, and these games almost lack soul, you know? So I think gamers are starting to push back and say we want the old games, and that's why you see games like RuneScape and Classic WoW and the old retro consoles being brought back. I'm just waiting for them to re-release N64, guys. Would any of you guys buy N64 if they re-released it? Because N64 was the console of my childhood. I know in Europe it's not that big to have consoles, but in America we all grew up with consoles. It was basically either PS1 or N64, and then PS2, or in my case it was Xbox. I was always an Xbox guy. If you see in the background, I got all these Xbox games. I still prefer the hard sleeve games in the covers, guys. I don't know if any of you guys feel the same way, but there's something about There's something about having the physical game in my hand that I like. Sometimes, if I'm too lazy and I need to buy a game, I'll just buy it. But I miss that feeling, man, of being able to collect the games and have like a physical copy. I feel like you own it and be able to give it to someone so they can play the game. I miss that, so I still try to buy the physical copy whenever I can. Have you decided to go Hunter? I would love to watch you play Warlock. I don't really like any Warlock YouTubers. I'm thinking about it, man. I don't know, Yaka. Like I said, my heart tells me Hunter, but my mind tells me Warlock. So as we get closer, I'm hoping it'll just the answer will reveal itself to me. I still have my N64. I still got one too, man. Mine's a little messed up though. But yeah, if they re-released N64, oh, that'd be so fun. If there's some way to like stream it with you guys, like what if we could play like old school Smash Brothers something together? That'd be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun. Totally get it, Cargos. I feel the same thing about books. Can't do it digital. You're like my fiance Jaxie. She like, I always read stuff in basically just articles and stuff. I don't really pick up a lot of physical books. I probably should. To be honest, but I just read a lot of stuff. But she really prefers like the smell of the book, you know, like the pages of the book, and she goes to Barnes and Noble all the time and just hangs out there. So I feel you on that. Do you think they will add content or anything at all after the last classic patch is introduced? I hope that. All right, that's a good question. So what do they call that again, guys? What do they call that type of content? It's like horizontal content or something where they keep making more content. So what I would say is this. We've always wanted Classic WoW for so long now. I want to get 3 years of official, original, OG Classic WoW. And then we can kind of reevaluate based on where everyone's at. Let's say in 3 years it's kind of dying out, the hype is dying out. Then maybe we could flirt with the idea of making like a horizontal expansion using the Classic WoW environment. But it's the type of thing where it's too soon to tell. I don't think I could say 100% that I would absolutely not want one under any circumstances. But I still think we just have years and years of content, even just with what we have right here. You know what I'm saying? Me too about books. Yeah, I still got my Harry Potter books back there, guys. I don't know if you can see it. That was I haven't read that many books in my life, but Harry Potter, when it came out, I think that was an era too. People used to line up just to get the Harry Potter books, and it sounds surreal thinking about it. I just remember sitting on like my couch, just like reading Harry Potter for like 8 hours. I actually did the same thing with The Hobbit and some of the Warcraft books, but man, that feels like just a different lifetime ago. But like Goblet of Fire, all those OG Harry Potter books, I still got them in the back. Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, yeah, man, those are like the fantasy IPs of our generation, man. Lord of the Rings was the shiznit. Yeah, The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings. Guys, one thing that's crazy to me, let me just confirm. I'm pretty sure Lord of the Rings came out 2001. Which is honestly insane. Fellowship. Let me see. Can you believe that, guys? Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, came out December 2001. That was years before Classic WoW released. That movie still looks incredible, man. If you were to watch Fellowship, in fact, that's long overdue. I haven't done like a Lord of the Rings marathon in a very long time, like years and years. I kind of want to do. I want to do that eventually. Rewatch them all. I tried to watch them with my girl, but she wasn't really super into it. As an old school RuneScape player, hopefully Blizzard will follow Jagex lead and give Classic WoW some updates that the original game didn't have. What do you mean by updates? Like visual updates? I'm not super opposed to visual updates. I really like how they're redoing the water and the lava. I think most people like the old water. I kind of like the new water, guys. And I kind of like the old lava used to kind of drive me nuts, man. The old lava was like really kind of ghetto looking, and I like that we have this toggle. But the good thing is that you still have the toggle, right? So if you don't like it, you can still play with the old ones. Oh, we got Burger Channel in the house. What's up, Burger? What's up, RU family? Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Just, you know, got another Classic WoW update today. Just hanging out with the boys. Good to see you in here, buddy. What do you think about the level squish in retail? I think it will mess up brackets. I don't really know much about retail, man. But, twinking, it'll mess up the twink brackets. Well, if it's hurting the twink brackets, seems probably like a bad thing. I I like the Twinks in retail. They're making a Tolkien movie, really? Oh, cool. Cool. Yeah, I'd rather have... okay, so... well, yeah, so, okay. Killval, I hear you, man. So, what do you guys think, chat? If you had two options. Right now, the year is 2022. Right? We've had Classic for 3 years. We've had a good ride. And they're re-releasing, you know, fresh service for Classic, so there's still a good community. But we have two roads. It's hard to put yourself in that position, but imagine it. One road is we get TBC. The second road is we get horizontal expansions for Classic WoW. And they start coming out with like another raid tier after Naxxramas or more content using the Classic WoW environment. What do you guys think? I'm actually going to make a straw poll. Yeah, apparently that's a meme now with my stream. Just straw poll everything. Straw poll it's so useful though. Like, I can't help it. Like, I just want it's, you know, because you can't really count all the responses in the chat. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. The year is 2022. Do you want new horizontal content expansion for Classic or TBC servers? Let's see. See what you guys think here. I guess, yeah, John Kevin, that's a good point. And that's true. If they had horizontal content, they could also release TBC, but I feel like they just wouldn't have the time to do that or something like that. Maybe it wouldn't be, you know, possible given, you know, the marketing dollars or something like that. I'm not sure. Let's see what you guys think. I think my gut tells me TBC. I think between Classic WoW, TBC, and Lich King, dude, there's enough content there that we could be playing that game till we're old men, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like we wouldn't really have to worry about it so much if we had all three environments plus whatever retail iteration they have as well. May not even need it, man. So I'm gonna vote for TBC servers, I think. Let's see what you guys think though. Oh, it's so close. Holy crap, I was not expecting this. I was not expecting this. It's exactly dead even, 27 votes each. Whoa, dude, I really was not expecting this. I did not think that many people would want horizontal content. So you guys would want like just a new raid tier or something like that. No level cap stuff, right? Like it would just be like a new raid tier, new really cool armor sets, and maybe new PvP rewards. Probably new PvP rewards. I think, yeah, PvP rewards would be good because even the rank 14 stuff starts to get outdated in like Nax. So, and then a lot of people basically just stop PvPing because of that. So maybe if they added more PvP rewards, that would be another thing they could do. This is mind-blowing right now, guys. There are more people that want horizontal content for Classic than TBC servers right now. Wow. 37 to 35. That is so crazy right there. Oh, Infra's back. What's up, buddy? It would completely change the metagame. It's TBC or nothing. New content can't happen. That's absurd. Yeah, man. I don't know, Infra. I guess they would have to structure it as a new thing, because honestly, they need to preserve Classic WoW for historical reasons. Maybe I'm drinking the Kool-Aid too much and I'm like getting too, you know, like spiritual with this shit, but Classic WoW was just like this huge game changer. I almost feel like it needs to be in a glass box in a museum, preserved as is, and that needs to always be able to be accessed so people can go to it and be like, wow, this really was a game changer. So if they were to do horizontal content, maybe they would roll it out. What if they were to do horizontal content but it was like retail WoW? Oh man, like they just basically took back all the changes of real retail and BFA and they just made the new retail expansion like a horizontal expansion of Classic. Maybe that's stupid. Yeah, Classic WoW needs to be in a metal vault. Yeah, I feel you. I feel absurd would be doing again what's been done anymore. Yeah, I still think the PvP though in Classic, guys, is really, really good. If I haven't PvP'd at a high level myself. Back in the day, I think I got rank 8. That was the highest I got. But I didn't really even know about the consumables or anything like that, and the items and how deep that went. Once you start to learn a little bit more about free action potion, living action potion, you know, swiftness potions, and all these different potions and items like 20 different engineering items you have. Man, guys, it is a very, very cool experience. Luka Klemenchik with the $5, man. Thank you. Happy Friday, dude. I'm gonna refill this. This is empty right now, Luka. This Starbucks Venti Americano. I'm gonna get a new one. Thanks to Luka. Thank you, man. Thank you, my friend. Longtime supporter of the channel. Big shout out to Luka. Thank you, buddy. I love the idea.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday indeed, guys. TGIF, man. Weekend tomorrow, guys. We can do some gaming, man. We can do some gaming. Let's see. Oh yeah, Blaine CX subscribed up to tier 1. Still don't know what that means on Twitch, but that is awesome, dude. Thank you, Blaine. Appreciate it, my man. People say that the quality on Twitch is better too. What do you guys think in Twitch? You think it looks better than on YouTube? It looks about the same to me, but that's what everyone keeps saying. Yeah, TGIF indeed, guys. Saturday, Sunday, we made it through another week, 1 week closer. What if they released up to Lich King like normal, then after Wrath, they swapped over to the old X-Pack release schedule? Hold on, what does that mean? Okay. They swapped over to the old X-Pack release schedule. Huh. I don't really know what that means, Steve. So you're saying they would go up to Wrath and then Kata would never happen and they would create new stuff from there or something like that? I've heard PvP after Nax starts getting bad. Well, that's the thing, Mumfo, so people stop PvPing. All the really like hardcore pre-mades, they kind of stop. They kind of stop because there's not really an incentive to do it anymore because the Nax gear starts getting better than the PvP gear. So, yeah, that's the thing. That's kind of the sad thing about but that's why I think it could be a cool esports platform, because you would give people a new reason to play even after the gear gets a little bit outdated. So you still have these weekly tournaments you look forward to, and I don't know. I made it to rank 12 as a solo warrior while PvP guilds are trying to monopolize the high ranks on my server. That requires some serious no-lifing, I'm sure, man. Big salute to you for doing that grind. All I know is Karazhan. Oh, dude, you raised a really good point, man. Who is that? That's such a good point. All I know is Karazhan Classic would be a good start. Yeah, guys. So if you guys ever explored around in Classic WoW, it seems kind of obvious to me. I don't think it's even subtle that they were trying to plan Karazhan after Nax. If you go to Deadwind Pass, I did a video on this. If you go to Deadwind Pass, oh, we got another donation. Holy moly, man! The donations are rolling today. Thank you guys so much, man. Nicholas French with the knock 50 hype news. Just what I wanted to hear. Have a nice weekend. Dude, that's so nice of you, man. Thank you very much for your hard-earned money, bro.
Hype news. Just what I wanted to hear. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Nicholas, dude. Appreciate it, bro. So the thing is, yeah. If you, oh, Vanilla WoW Esports, I'd watch the hell out of that. Yes, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, imagine you had really good casters. Like, imagine you had North and, you know, Serana, and they're breaking down the PvP action. You're watching the druid run up and down the flag, and then the mages are trying to lock him down. He's using free action potions. It's so cool. I think it could work. But yeah, the Viking dollars. Is that where it's from? Like Norway or Sweden or something? Anyway, Karazhan. If you go to Deadwind Pass, guys, and you go down there, you'll see a portal for Karazhan right there. And even if you go way up top and you look at the top of the tower, there's like there's the foundation of a flight master right there. There's some griffins. If you look up on the tower in Karazhan, you will see 2 griffins in that little nest, like what they have at Flight Paths, and there's a little portal up there. Also, I mean, just if you go to the Karazhan crypts behind Karazhan, it's pretty clear that they were going to use it for something, right? It's like empty, but you know, I think they're for sure going to do Karazhan. That kind of sounds cool, though. Vanilla Karazhan? Woo! Now you're getting me excited, man. Thinking about that. That sounds cool. Esports and Gurubashi? Oh, yeah. You already know. I think it would be cool, man. Imagine if we're rolling super deep on the server, right? And then... Oh, it was a planned dungeon. Oh, it wasn't a raid. Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. Thank you for that. Oh, Fruit Nut. Yeah, welcome back, man. Welcome back, bro. So... how would they bring consumables into esports? So pretty much you'd either have to farm it up, and that you know, and maybe you're doing matches so frequently that it's such a challenge to keep those consumables farmed up. Or if Blizzard really wanted to go deep, they could make a little like a server where you could copy your character over, and everybody would have all like the consumables, like free action potion, living action potion, limited invulnerability potion, swiftness potions. Everyone had Skull of Impending Doom, and you could have picks and bans. Like maybe you could pick a class and ban a class, or ban items, or every week it would switch up a little bit, and you had really cool casters and stuff. I really think it could immortalize vanilla and be really fun to watch. I would watch it, man. I would eat some pizza and watch classic WoW PvP esports. That would be dope. But what was I saying about? It was about Karazhan. Shoot, this always happens to me. I forget what I was talking about. Karazhan's great. Karazhan's my favorite raid. There we go. I don't know if you guys have a favorite raid, but we talked about this a few streams ago. Out of all the raids, I think Karazhan like embodies it the best for me. I love that kind of spooky vibe where you're going into like a almost like a haunted, ghostly area. That to me is so cool. Also the chess event. Yeah, Blizzard could open a private server for esports. Yeah, they could. Antoine Schneider, hey, where did you get this info? It's just over on the Classic WoW forums, man. You can see Blue Post tagged over there by Kyvax. Bandruid. Yeah, Hypnotic. I gotta get back to work, man. Have a good stream. Yo, peace out, Hypnotic. Thanks for chilling out today. Thanks for chilling out. I remember what I was gonna say. Alright guys, I remember what I was gonna say. So imagine we're rolling super deep on our server, right? And we have, you can imagine Gurubashi Arena, right? We would have like bodyguards at the front of it, like a huge, just like 20 dudes suited up like this, right at the entrance, and then we would just hold it down, like we would lock down Gurubashi, and then you could do PvP events in there. How cool would that look? And you'd have people up on the stands. You know, it's like a big circle, right? Imagine you had like people up in the stands watching, and people were like betting and stuff, like doing slash roll, and then you had like, it was like a gladiator arena. That's the potential of Gurubashi. That would be sick. That would be sick. I hope we can do that. Dual tournaments. In fact, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. Big Gurubashi brawls, man. Big Gurubashi brawls. Finish the classic Outlands. I think I heard about that. Jester, what do you mean by that? So people were saying, I think I remember people saying that there was Outlands in classic somehow. Is that true? Because that would be that's interesting, man. Budlust. Keep making awesome content, Cargos. You've really inspired me to play classic and Hunter. Hell yeah, my Hunter brethren. Thank you for the nice comment, man. Budlust. Welcome to the stream, dude. That Arena Grandmaster trinket was so OP for Twinks that it took some effort to get. Definitely needed guild help. Yes, dude, that trinket was insane. That's another thing I want to try. I don't think I've ever done this on a server, guys, but you know how you can enchant even the white weapons in classic, like just the crappiest little dagger or something, you could put Crusader on it potentially. There's nothing holding you back from putting max level enchants on stuff. So if you just, you know, take that L and put that enchant on the non-soulbound item, anytime you level an alt, you can give that to your alt, and then your alt is like super badass and strong. That sounds kind of fun, right? I want to do that, like twink out alts, and it's not going to be wasted on them because you could keep using it. Anytime you make a new alt, you could just put that on your new alt. You just have to get white gear and then put like 100 health on it or something like that. I want to do that. Iron Man PvP. God, you guys have such good comments, man. You've heard me say this before. I think it would be crazy, but cool, and I would try it. And it would almost be like what they do with Diablo, with hardcore mode in Diablo. But imagine, guys, if there was an Iron Man server for Classic WoW. First of all, let me ask you guys, do you think anyone would get to level 60? Essentially creating your own white heirloom items? I guess, yeah, that makes it seem like a little bit less cool, but yeah, that's kind of what you're doing, I guess. That's true, man. I didn't think about it that way. I need time to prep. Do you think rogues would get there, bro? Honestly, I think if there was any class that was going to get to 60 on an Iron Man server, it would be like Paladin. Because Paladin, you can always bubble hearth. So you could just slow and steady. You just like run out in the world. You'd be looking both ways like, alright, I think the coast is clear. You'd go out and like kill like 2 tigers, and then you just bubble hearth and go back so you wouldn't lose your progress. I think you could eventually get it. It would create a whole new meta, dude. The stakes would be so high because Vanilla WoW is already so punishing that the meta would be different. People wouldn't be rocking full bisc gear. It'd be a way to stretch the content, that's for sure. If they did Iron Man server, but it would be depressing though if you put like 20 days into it or something like that and then your character dies. Oh my god. That would be terrible. That would be terrible. Rogues can easily kill others. You think Priest is the best Iron Man class? Nah, I wouldn't put Priest there, man, because they don't really have movement boosting abilities. They don't really have big, you know, oh shit buttons or anything like that. Well, it wouldn't be an Iron Man challenge, Nicholas. So what I'm talking about now, it doesn't exist. This is all hypothetical. But I'm thinking of a way that Blizzard, they wouldn't have to change anything about the game. It wouldn't be like any kind of no changes versus changes thing. All they would have to do was make it so that if you died once, you actually died forever. Just like how they have in Diablo. You know, they have hardcore mode. So imagine they made... What do you think? Would it be PvP? Probably a normal PvE server. Maybe PvP Iron Man would be too hardcore. I don't think anybody's that hardcore. PvE Iron Man server. You die one time, it's Ripperoni. Character Dunzos. I think it'd be cool. I would try it. That would be cool stream content, you know. And oh man, it better be PvE. If you stream that, you're gonna get sniped, and it's gonna be a bad time. But Dwarf or Night Elf Hunter, you can't go wrong either way, man. I've always played Night Elf Hunters whenever I went Alliance Hunters. I think they look pretty cool. I always went male Night Elf Hunters, so some people thought it looked bad, but Dwarf is very flavorful hunter. I mean, looking at the original cinematic, seeing that dwarf there with his blunderbuss and his bear, like, how iconic is that, man? And in PvP, dwarves are awesome, man. Stone form, you can break blind, you can break the poison. Stone form is a very underrated racial. So I think either way, you'll be good, man. You'll be good. I don't factor in races that much when it comes to picking your character. I would say the #1 determining factor is if you think it looks cool, and you like kind of the lore of it, because there's so much you can do in vanilla. There's so many items and consumables and mechanics to keep track of that even if you don't have stone form, man, like, or you don't have something, like, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. There's a lot of gray area. That's the thing. I keep making this point, guys. The gray area that allows for balance between all the class limitations is so big in Classic. You can have all these different items and consumables. So your class doesn't even really define you. How cool is that? Your class doesn't really limit you that much, because it's the world that gives you all these tools that balances out the game a lot more. So, Troll Hunter Pog. Troll Hunter has grown on me a lot, guys. I think Orc is the dream. I think Orc looks so cool. But the fact that Troll Hunters can take off their gear before the fight, put it back on, you know, right before you pull, pop a demonic rune so it will convert your health into mana. You'll start the fight with like 20% HP or something like that. Then you pop your racial, which scales based on how much health you have, and you just start AK-47. You just start lighting the boss up. Like, you're shooting so fast, it's insane. You don't even use any abilities. You don't even cast aim shot or anything like that. That is pretty cool, I have to say. That's pretty sweet. Troll Hunter is your absolute favorite now? Troll Hunters, yeah, the bow shooting animation is awesome. They kind of like widen their stance, right? And they kind of shoot almost like this, like down below the shoulder level. They let it go. It's pretty sweet. Yeah. Priest wins. Troll males have a great shooting. Yeah, they do. They have a very cool shooting animation. Trolls are like just a natural hunter type thing. There's something about it that gets me every time, guys. When I create a new hunter, you just spawn in this world, and all you have is this little axe, like a little hand axe, and you just got a little crappy bow and a few arrows and a quiver, and you're just sitting there, and you just got like a t-shirt on. That's sweet, dude. I just imagine myself like that out in the world. You know, that's all I got, and you gotta, you know, start leveling up and getting a pet and going through the whole process. Very, very flavorful to me. Troll Hunter shooting in the air? What do you mean, like if you arcane shot as you're jumping or something like that? I'll pay attention to it next time. I'll pay attention to it. As an archery instructor, Troll Hunters make me cry. We have an archery instructor in the chat. Thank you, man, for sharing your wisdom. That's funny. Why is it like shooting from the hip with a gun or something like that? It's gotta be, right? You always want to keep it up shoulder height. Yeah. Troll Hunters are cool if you like big stinky feet. I know some people, I don't know how you guys feel about this. Some people refuse to play classes that don't use shoes. Shoutouts to Connor, shoutouts to a few people. The fact that trolls hide, like, their feet always stay exposed is a big deal for people. I think that's prevented a lot of people from playing troll. even if they like everything else about trolls aside from that. Fernando, good to see you back in the house, man. I'm doing good. Nothing much. We're just talking about Classic. There was a little update today about loot trading. It's good to see you back, man. Hooves are cool. You like hooves, Justin? Oh, no, nothing like pulling the bowstring through your gut. Kind of like Katniss. I gotcha. Yeah. Chris Pratt, yeah, that's something that I think was overvalued for a lot of time. I always thought it made a bigger deal than I guess it actually does. The plus skill, weapon skill for the ranged bow or gun or whatever, it really doesn't make much of a difference at all. It gives you like 0.2% hit and crit. You know, for melee, it's a much bigger deal. Or it's a much bigger deal when you have to deal with glancing blows, because hunters don't deal with glancing blows. Tauren was the only horde I leveled. Oh, here's something interesting, guys. I learned this, and private servers aren't doing this right. Did you guys know that Taurens have a 2-yard longer hitbox? So that effectively gives Tauren hunters a little bit more of that gray area that they can finesse between their dead zone and being able to shoot. So I want to try this come Classic. I want to actually try and melee weave a little bit more and stay right on that line as a Tauren hunter, where you shoot, then you come in and you raptor strike, you come out, you shoot. It might be a little bit easier, guys. 2 yards is kind of a lot, man, or 2 meters as the Europeans, for the Europeans out there. I never got a hunter to max level. Do they melee? Yeah, hunters melee. Yeah, I mean, it's considered a DPS increase if you are able to weave in a raptor strike, but for the most part, you know, unless you're playing at a super high level, you're just staying back and ranged. Yo, can't you trade loot in vanilla? So we got some people asking more about that loot trading. I will sum it up for you super quick, man. If you're doing content that isn't locked by a raid timer, what's the best way of explaining this? So any raid content, like UBRS, LBRS, not considered raid content. If you're doing raid content, there is going to be loot trading. You can trade it amongst your guild or whoever's doing the raid. So there's a potential vulnerability in pugs, but in 5-man content, no more loot trading. So, you know, overall good news, but maybe they need to do a little bit more. We'll see. I wonder if they will keep the unique Tauren hitbox in. Yeah, and so in private servers they don't have that. It doesn't work like that. Making a hunter, that's probably the ultimate meme. Making a dwarf warrior named Gimli or a female night elf hunter named Legolas. The ultimate meme, man. Trying mage for the first time. I'm going to try fire mage. I know frost is the go-to, but been rolling fire and liking it. Good, man. Different strokes for different folks, man. If you like fire, rock it out. Rock it out, man. If you do the 5-man groups, you can just pass on the stuff you don't need. Even skill up your enchanter that way. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's good news. It's good news that there's no loot trading in the 5-man. It's a good news, guys. This is a good moment. We're getting updates every week, multiple times per week. This is awesome. What do we want next, though, guys? I know what I want next. What is the next update you guys want? Let me hear it. I'm assuming we're all in agreement here. What would make you the happiest? What next individual piece of news would make you the happiest about Classic WoW? No sharding? Yeah, Jordy knows, dude. Jordy knows. Fruit Nut knows. Fruit Nut knows, baby. Yeah, dude. The date, man. The release date. I think we're all dying to know. We're all dying to know when the release date is. I can't wait, man. It'll be here before we know it, though. We'll get a little something. No right-click report. That's what you want to see first before the release date? I just can't wait to get a release date. A lot of people are trying to plan out their lives, you know? Like, we're going to be no-lifing soon in a couple months. Like, people need to know the date so we can start saving up PTO. We can start making arrangements, you know what I mean? We can start, you know, getting in your boss's good graces so you can take 2 weeks off. Like, no right-click reporting. So that's another thing. I don't really fully understand it, I think, guys. Why is right-click reporting so bad? In a nutshell, why is it so terrible? I struggle to understand why it's such a big deal. Maybe you guys can help me out on this. I mean, I would imagine, this is my only takeaway from hearing about some of the videos out there. People were saying that people would get banned when they didn't do anything wrong because enough people reported them. Is that the real bottom line? If a lot of people report someone, they're gonna get banned? Because you can get muted by an automated computer program. Yeah, automated banning. So that really is the bottom line, right? You can get automatically banned. I guess. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it does seem bad, but you think it's gonna happen that much? Like, Cargos, I'll be grinding WoW over the summer while working and taking Calc 2. Ooh, good luck, man. Thankfully, I can fully no life this time around. You're taking calculus and grinding some WoW Classic. Good luck, man. Right-click report is terrible because it makes it way too easy to troll reports. Old system, you had to at least be mad enough to take the time to write out a report. But I don't know. That's the thing. Like, you guys ever played Dota, or any of you guys ever played Counter-Strike? I imagine it's kind of like that. You know, at the end game, after you play the game or whatever, some people are mad. You know, you're raging at each other, and people just like, oh, reported. But they don't really do anything about it. Like, even in like League of Legends and stuff like that, they don't really do anything about it. So what if the bar to actually do something about it was so high? You know, like Dota seems to have a pretty good system about it, where you need a lot of reports for it to really do something, like a ton. Class Cannon Cargos, I will pay $15 a month just to right-click report you. Damn, bro. You should play Alliance on our server then. We need some more. We need some more rivals. Reporting is supposed to do just that. Report someone. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying with those other games, right? They all have those features, so it feels like you can take out your frustrations and report someone. But it's very rare that anything ever happens when you report someone. I'm the living example. You got a civil engineering degree while playing Classic WoW. Man, you really know how to have a life balance. You need some serious self-control to be able to get a civil engineering degree and play Classic WoW. Yeah, I mean, I hear you. But these other games have the reporting feature, but it doesn't really do anything most of the time. So I figure if it's like that, it's not going to really impact much. It's supposed to be rare that something happens over an in-game report. Yeah. There's a famous video of a right-click reporting being abused in an RBG. Huh. You gotta do an episode about work-life balance for Classic and things we can do to keep our spouses happy. I would, dude. I thought people would like that kind of content a lot more, Sarbotican, but I think people want to keep WoW and their real life separate. I've tried to do a couple videos like talking about preparing in real life, and people got a little spicy about it. So I'm sort of feeling you guys out on that. People like to just keep it separate. You know, it's like church and state, man. So I think in Retail 5, right-click reports will disconnect that player. Wow, that is insane. Okay, I mean, if that is the level where if 5 people report you, you get disconnected. Yeah, that's no bueno. But I don't think it'll be like that, man. Yeah. When do you want a beta? I don't think we're gonna get a beta, man. That's what my gut tells me. I don't know if you guys think we're gonna get a beta, but at this point, we're getting kind of close to summer. Aren't betas a couple months long too? Like betas are, what, 3 months long at least. So if there was gonna be a beta, it'd have to be coming out like now, man. Probably won't see a beta. Yeah. But at the same time, my buddy Taladrill said something interesting the other day on why he thinks that there absolutely should be a beta. And let me know what you guys think about this. Because the demo had so many issues, it really did had a lot of issues, right? It was pretty clear that it seems like they rushed it out. Because the demo had so many issues, if there wasn't a beta and we moved right into the official launch of the game, it could be bad, man, because people wouldn't trust that they fixed a lot of those issues. Maybe having the beta will show that they ironed a lot of stuff out before the game actually launches. So he was thinking that having no beta would be like unacceptable. But I don't know. I think we're like at the stage where the beta would have to be out already if we're going to have one. But yeah, Blas says something nice. So there definitely is an alpha or something, right? A closed alpha. They gotta have some of the developers and family and friends playing it every day. I mean, they have to. Cargos, you asked about a decentralized loot trading solution. What if they employed volunteer players to get randomly selected to handle the tickets in exchange for gold? What do you guys think about that? I remember them doing that for League of Legends and some of those other games where you had kind of like a high council of players. Yeah, I don't know. It could be a slippery slope, though. Maybe there would be a way to abuse that, too, Ethan, where you could, like, finesse it so you just get the gold and you can make bad decisions. I'm not sure, man. It's interesting to explore, though, if there would be some way to protect the pugs. It seems like after having Ale on board, that Blizzard's position is that, yes, pugs will be a little more vulnerable. It's just going to be a risk you're going to have to take if you're going to do pugs. But the vast majority of people clearing out raid content are going to be guilds. And this loot trading system is designed to help them and to be of benefit for them because the gear is so in such short supply in Classic and so little of it drops that it would be a benefit to your guild overall if there were to be a mistake and something were to get looted improperly. A 2-week beta? Yeah, I guess I never really thought of that. I never really thought that you could have a super short beta like that. But yeah, 2-week beta. That's still possible then. Do you think mounts, pets, and tokens will be available eventually? Ooh, man, that is a hot topic, Blaine. That is a very hot topic. What do you guys think? I mean, I sure hope they don't put a single cosmetic mount in this game. God, that would be such a feels bad man thing. Even though it wouldn't affect the gameplay, it would be such like a demoralizing thing to see that after everything Blizzard has been through and how the gamers have been reeing and saying, you know, you guys only care about money and you're putting all these cosmetics. That would be the baddest look for Blizzard if they did that. Put a freaking pig mount in the game or something like that. Wow. The token, I'm a little bit on the fence about, but I'd still probably prefer no token. Nicholas French, another 50 knock, man. RCR will only... What is RCR? RCR will only work if the punishment for abusing it is bigger than like 24-hour bans if you abuse it.
RCR will only work if the punishment for abusing it is bigger, like 24 hours ban if you abuse.
RCR, is that what it's called when you have players like on a council? Thank you for the 50 knock, man. Appreciate it, dude. Again, that's like the second donation, dude. Thank you, man. Is that what it's called when you have... Oh, okay, right-click report. Oh, okay. So you're saying that if you abuse right-click report and like you just lackadaisically report everybody you see, that you get banned. Yeah, seems logical. Would you quit playing if a shop came out around 1 year after launch? Oh man, these are hard questions. What do you guys think? Like, what would the shop have? Like, dude, if it had a cosmetic mount, I don't even want to think about that. My mind starts shutting down thinking about Blizzard putting in like a cosmetic mount in the Classic WoW. It would just, I don't think they're gonna do that. That'd be a response to that. It would just be such a demoralizing blow to like the Classic community, man. If they put tokens in, I probably wouldn't stop playing. I'd still play, but I still think even that would mess with the economy a bit, right? It has to. Will they allow multi-boxing? Yeah, I think they will. I think you can have multiple accounts and stuff, yeah. Lights Hope has no shop, won't be there, no shop ever. I mean, yeah, no shop ever. But what if there was a shop that was only like server transfer? What do you guys think about that? Like it was just a little menu that server transfer, because there was server transfer in vanilla, right? It would just have to be towards the. It was. I don't think it was there on launch. Let me try and look that up. Server transfer. They even had Cross Realm at the end of vanilla, man. That's another thing though, man. Cross Realm. In AV, I could kind of see it working, man. But Cross Realm Warsong and Arathi Basin would. Oh man, that would feel bad. Let's see. Paid character transfer. Yeah, seems like there was paid character transfers, looking back on it. Give me a boost to 60 for $99. If they did that, yeah, I would stop playing, yeah. If they did character boost. Oh, Che Druid, what's up, man? Good to see you in here. Would you guys stop playing character boost for $100? Oh, God, that would kill the game instantly. I actually think it would kill the game overnight. Free server transfers when servers were dying in vanilla. Okay. If they added a gear shop, yeah. No, they won't do that, guys. We have to think positive. There's no way. It would just be suicide. Like, even just from a business perspective, like, it would be suicide to take their old baby of a game that everybody cherishes and loves and then to put freaking microtransactions into it. Oh, ugh. Rated BGs would be the best thing in Classic. Oh, I don't know, man. I like the system they have right now. I think we can use it, like, that's the sandboxy nature of Classic WoW. We can take what Classic WoW has given us, and then we can create leagues. We can create our own leagues, you know? E-leagues and stuff like that for BGs. I think that would be cool. That would be cool. I think that would be awesome, man. In old school, Wheezy says, in old school RuneScape, the community votes on what can be added or what shouldn't be added. If they do decide to add more, I think this would be the way to do it. Make it community based. Yeah, I think they just need to take baby steps with whatever they do, and it doesn't cost them anything to do baby steps, right? If I'm in Blizzard's position, it doesn't cost anything just to communicate a little bit and see where people are at. I think they just want to avoid another Diablo fiasco, man. That definitely hurt their company a lot when they did that whole mobile phone thing. I would just tread lightly, keep communicating with the community. What they're doing right now, would you guys agree? They're moving in the right direction. It seems like they're turning over a new leaf, man. New community manager, putting out multiple updates a week. Like, what did it cost for this guy to make this little post? Like, did this cost Blizzard anything? Let me go to it. Look at this. Look at all the people freaking out and look at the community coming together over this post. 3 paragraphs of text. Probably took them like 10 minutes to write this, and everybody's super happy, you know. That's how the Classic community is, though. They just give us a little bit of a taste of news, a little bit of a whiff, and we all get really happy and we come together and stuff. So I think they're moving in the right direction. Kaivax, if by some miracle you're listening, man, thank you for doing that, man. I think for them to prosper, they'll have to continue interacting with the community via forums. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Think about it, boys. As soon as vanilla hits, we could potentially make new, real vanilla private servers. Oh yeah. So you're saying we could always go back private, right? Yeah, that's always true. And if they messed up Classic, that's what would happen. That's kind of the insurance policy, actually. If they mess it up or something like that, there's always that option. And the love for the game is so strong that you best believe that new ones will pop up, you know? Maybe that's the next update, though. Maybe they'll say no more right-click reporting. One thing I'm struggling to understand, though, guys. So the right-clicked aspect, I guess this was bothering everybody. But even if it was a written report, couldn't it operate in the same way that right-click reporting would? It would just require people to write something, and then once that amount of reports reached a certain level, it would take action. Maybe that's how it always worked. You know, like, do you really think one GM is sitting there and reading all the reports? Maybe they are. To be honest, the only good news out of Blizzard this year is Classic forum posts from KaiVX. That's probably true, man. You think Blizzard's doing good on the other games? What do you guys think about that? You think, I mean, Heroes of the Storm is RIP, right? Warcraft Reforged, I don't know if that's getting delayed or something, but we haven't heard anything about Warcraft Reforged, man. I bought mine during BlizzCon. I was super excited for it, but we haven't heard anything about that. Hearthstone seems like it's doing alright. Hearthstone seems like it's doing fine. StarCraft is existing, you know, it's doing alright over in Korea. They still got GSL going, but thinking about the other games. Overwatch is dying, right? That's what I keep hearing. I don't know. I don't play Overwatch personally, but is there any word on front shredding? Yeah, it's highly likely, Steve, that there's not going to be front shredding in the game. It seems that it's not going to be a possibility. Now, when it comes to this, like, proccing stuff by sitting in game, I do think that should be in the game. Now, if someone were to go back and verify that it never existed back in vanilla, then yeah, sure, then maybe it shouldn't be in the game. But there's a lot of people that swear that back in vanilla that happened, and that was a thing back in vanilla, you know. So I don't know. They have the final say on that, but I think it does add a lot of flavor to the game, and a lot of classes benefit from sit proccing stuff. It's not just like warriors, you know. It's like paladins, shamans, priests. So it's a lot of classes, man. Overwatch is trash. Yeah, I played it for a little bit, but I couldn't really get into it. Warcraft 3 Reforged since launch has the expected release of 12/31. Yeah, but that's not really release date though, Jester. They were just saying that because they said it was going to come out this year at some time. So 12/31 is just the end of this year. It's just like their little way to put a date, but there really is no date. What do you guys think though? What if Warcraft Reforged comes out after Classic? I mean, it looks like it will, right? There's a high chance that the people that play Classic WoW might not want to play Warcraft 3 Reforged anymore. Maybe they will, but it seems like it would be a lose-lose if they did it that way. Imagine they launched Warcraft Reforged these past couple months. How sick would that be? All the people that were looking forward to Classic could actually just play Warcraft Reforged in the meantime and still feel pretty happy and content. And then when Classic comes out, that's the real moneymaker there. I don't think Warcraft Reforged is going to make them all their money and everything like that. I think Classic WoW has much more upside for them. Then Classic WoW comes out, and I don't know. Now it seems like Classic's going to come out. There's going to be all this hype. And then when Warcraft 3 comes out, it'll potentially deteriorate a little bit of the hype from Classic, and then it'll eventually bounce back out again. But Reforged should come first. Yeah, Reforged should come first. Yeah, I agree, man, but it doesn't look like it's gonna. It doesn't. Yeah. You just reinstall Warcraft 3? So I played Warcraft 3 on stream with you guys a few months ago now, and I must say, guys, the game looks phenomenal. Maybe I'm biased or something, but I think it's totally playable, and that a game like Diablo 2 probably deserved a remaster before Warcraft 3, because Warcraft 3 still holds up, man. The game looks incredible. It looks incredible. I had such a good time playing it the other day, going through the campaign. I think it really still holds up. It's got that same kind of World of Warcraft styling to it. Where Diablo 2, when I tried to play Diablo 2 with you guys, yeah, it was fun, but it was kind of hard to see what was going on. The screen didn't really blow up to full size. Reforged should have already been released. It's about 3 months from possible Classic drop, and so they drop it now or forget about it for 8 months. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. I really wish Reforged came out. They pushed it out before. It would help. It would really help keep a lot of us satisfied, because we're still probably, what? Let's think how many months we are out from Classic. You know, it's March 22nd, so we got till April. That's one. Then we got till May. That's another. Then we got till June. That's another. Then we got till July. That's another. It could potentially come out in August, like 5 months, dude. It could potentially, Classic could potentially come out in like 5 months at like the latest scenario. And imagine all this time we were able to play Reforged. Then it would kind of, you know, they would peak out, and I don't know. I just think that would have been better, but maybe they just aren't even ready with it. Oh, Zelda Wind Waker, that's a great game. Yeah, GameCube, I remember playing that. The simpler style ages better, definitely. Yeah, when you go for the really hyper-realistic style of games, you can really see the ages. You can see the age in it a lot more, right? Yeah, Classic WoW really holds up, man. I think even to new players coming in and seeing the game, it doesn't look bad, man. It still looks nice. It still really does. If they release close to Classic, it would be overlapped and it wouldn't be good. Yeah, I don't think it would be good, blah, because I think it's the same kind of general community that would want to play Warcraft 3 Reforged, because it's a game from their childhood. It's a nostalgic game. It's getting a fresh coat of paint. A lot of people see Classic in the same way. So if you have them really close to each other, I feel like the hype for both of them would kind of eat at each other, and it would be best to kind of stagger them out a little bit. And I don't know, it seems like it would be ideal that a few months after BlizzCon they launch Warcraft Reforged, and then we all play Reforged for like 4 or 5 months. Think about how good that would be, guys, because the lore in Warcraft 3 is leading up to World of Warcraft, right? So we play Reforged, we go through the story, we go through the Culling of Stratholme event, we get brushed up with the lore, we're playing multiplayer matches, and it's getting us hyped up for Classic, and it's like a natural... It would be like a natural evolution moving into Classic. You just learned about the lore, you just brushed up on all things Warcraft, and then World of Warcraft drops, and then you hear that cinematic like years after the Horde and Alliance, blah blah blah. That would be sweet. What do you think can be done to bring brand new players to play Classic? That's a good question, Fiesta. Like marketing to new players, right? What Blizzard could do? I think it'd be cool if they brought back the old commercials. You remember those old commercials with like Mr. T and Who else did they have? They had the guy from Star Trek on there. Imagine they actually did an old campaign where, I mean, the old commercials with the same actors, but they're a little bit older now, and I mean, all they have to do is just show the cinematic. Honestly, what do you guys think about that? What if they just played the old 15-year-old cinematic and they put that into a commercial and put that on TV or whatever? That cinematic still holds up and people are going to want to play. Easy clap. You don't need to go into anything more than that. You play that cinematic to even new players in 2019 and they're going to go, wow, I want a piece of whatever this is, man. This game is awesome. They should make another Blizzard cinematic. Oh, I agree, man. I always dream of having like a movie that looks like the cinematic. I think it just takes too much money though, too many dollars. Like I think that one cinematic probably costs like $1 million or something, right? Yeah, that would be incredible. I mean, really though, imagine, like, I don't know where to start. If I had like 13-year-old gamer in front of me right now and he was like, all right, I kind of have an open mind towards this classic WoW game. The game came out before I was even born. Why should I play this game? I wouldn't know where to start. If I were to talk about how great the community is and talk about itemization and all this, it would probably go through one ear, not the other. But if I go, all right, son, check it out. Sit down. I'm going to play something for you. And I play the original cinematic. Let's just bring it up, man. I know we've all seen it literally, you know, freaking 10 million times, but let's just watch it, man. Let's watch it through the context of thinking if this would convert a new player in 2019 to playing the game. World of Warcraft, 6 million views. Man, I would have thought I had more than 6 million views. Let's mute this. Alright, let's see. Let's see what you guys think. Imagine you're a new player in 2019 and you're sitting down watching this for the first time. Would you want to play this game? Still gets me hyped somehow. Somehow.
Four years have passed since the mortal races banded together and stood united against the might of the Burning Legion.
Already right there. I don't know if you guys are gonna like it better if I pause it or not. But this looks badass. This map, the narration, the tone, super serious. Not kiddie, not gimmicky. So far, so good.
Though Azeroth was saved, the tenuous pact between the Horde and the Alliance has all but evaporated. The drums of war thunder once again.
The drums of war thunder once again, dude. Get a tattoo with that, man. This guy still holds up. This dwarf still looks just as badass in 2019. Zero aging. The bear just like... Look at Ironforge, man. Like the snow. This guy has like just a pelt cloak on. And he's just him and his big ass bear. Too hype, man. Too hype. Any little kid right now watching this is still gonna get... I have no doubts. It's just so good. Nothing is aged. Looks just as good. The sickest nerd chills right now. The sickest nerd chills. Look at that badass motherfucker. Oh my. The nerd chills, man. I don't know about that, guys. You're telling me who the fuck is hyped up right now? Like that guy said, I could lift a car right now. I'm about to burst through my wall, dude. Like, this is hype as fuck. Imagine people that have not kept track of the private server community. They have just nothing to do with everything up until this point. They're just sitting on their couch right now, eating some Buffalo Wild Wings, watching the football game, and this commercial comes on. Holy crap, dude! They would be like, "What? My childhood? What is going on right now?" They would just, I'm telling you, man, that's all they need. People are asking, that's gonna be my go-to answer. That's my new go-to answer when people ask, how do you get people to play an old game? This doesn't look old. This looks freaking fantastic. This holds up better than the modern cinematics, man. Oh my god, dude. I'm sorry if those of you guys were about to go to sleep. I just probably amped you up with this. Holy moly, man. That is insane. That is insane. That's all you need. If anyone comes to you in the coming months and asks, why should I play Classic WoW? Now you know what to do. You just go, my man, I need you to watch something for me. It's going to take 3 minutes and 12 seconds of your time. It will be time well spent, my friend. And you just show them that.
This
Too good, man. Too good. I remember you had to be high speed, low drag to play well and hit EGC way too hype. That's it. That's all the marketing they need, dude. And they own that too. It's not like, I mean, Blizzard, that's their that's their cinematic. They can do what they want with it. They can play it as any ad, you know. Maybe a short and abbreviated version that's like 15 seconds long with the same music. Man, dude, so good, dude. So good. I feel bad for people who don't play this and don't know what they're missing, right? So true. Blizzard cinematic, but there was something more serious about that one, man. Even the TBC one, dude. Let's watch the TBC one. It's still really, really good, I have to say. The TBC one is honestly about equal. I still remember that one part of the TBC one where the troll, you guys remember, there's a troll, he's on a mount or something, and he comes like off the mount with this big ass sword and he like slices down. That still sticks out to me. The TBC one was solid, but all I'm saying is with the TBC one, it started to get a little more space age, right? They started to incorporate the Draenei, and it started to have a different feel than that original like orcs vs human feel. That original orcs vs human feel is my favorite look.
Imprisoned for 10,000 years.
That is pretty cool, I gotta say.
Banished from my own homeland.
The portal does look pretty badass, man.
You dare enter my realm.
It's such like ominous, abstract language.
Not prepared.
You are not prepared, dude. Too good, man. Yeah, I'm going Orc Kelly. Orc Hunter or Orc Warlock. Who makes that Blizzard music, man? The Blizzard music. Somehow they made Draenei look cool there. Do you guys think they hire, like, they have an actual in-house orchestra or something that they hire? This is what I'm talking about. Oh my, Atlanta, Georgia on a hot summer day. I gotta rewind that. I gotta rewind that. This is, I told you before we even watched it, this is what I was thinking of. Watch this, guys. Here we go. How tough was that? He comes down in one shot, slices a Naga in half. I can't, man. Makes me want to play Warrior, man. And then he dies, dude. and then gets rezzed. What do you guys think, though? You think TBC is as good as the original? I still think it's not as good. It was really, really good, though. Don't get me wrong. It also seems like it's a little shorter.
You are not prepared.
Okay, that was 2 minutes and 52 seconds. A little bit shorter than the original classic one. I still think the classic one was the best, though. I think the classic one was the best still. This one was awesome, don't get me wrong, but the classic one... The Lich King one was good. The Lich King one was good, but they stopped going for that, like, compilation montage style. You know what I'm talking about? Let me see. Cinematic. So we'll play the Lich King one. This is the first cinematic. I always looked forward to the to that kind of compilation style cinematic where you would just see little clips of, like, really badass things happening. Lich King, they went for the more cohesive Arthas storyline one, which was still really cool, you know, but does it get you hype? In a different sense. In a different sense.
My son, the day you were born, the very forests of Lordaeron whispered the name Arthas.
Out of all the dialogue, though, this one has the best dialogue out of the 3 cinematics. Right? This little short passage is so powerful. That is beautiful, man. I don't even want to talk because the song is so good.
My child, I watched with pride as you grew into a weapon of righteousness.
Motherfucking Frostmourne, baby.
Remember, our line has always ruled with wisdom and strength. And I know you will show restraint when exercising your great power.
Sickest nerd chills, right? I have a sick straw poll idea, by the way, guys. Like, this is gonna be juicy. Stand by.
Of your people. I tell you this, for when my days have come to an end, you shall be king.
That was insane. It was really, really good. I'd still probably put it below TBC and the original. I like the montage style, like, clips of people, like, getting savagely sliced in half. I have a really important straw poll, guys. Very important straw poll. If you're, like, half conscious right now, I need this information from you because I'm very, very curious. So what do you guys think the best World of Warcraft storyline is? I guess it's not World of Warcraft, but just best Warcraft storyline. 3 options come to mind that are all like my favorite storylines, like the favorite type of stories. One is Thrall and the Horde. So the whole, you know, story arc of Thrall being, you know, born amongst humans and escaping from Durnhold, and his rise to become the chieftain of the Horde, or leader of the Horde, war chief. The Arthas storyline, culling of Stratholme, Mal'Ganis, all that good stuff. Or the Illidan storyline, you know, going all the way back to his druidic roots and everything. These are some insane storylines. Do you guys have a story that you like the most out of these? Straw poll in the chat, hot and fresh. Make it happen, guys. I really want to see what you guys think about this. So we got Thrall and the Rise of the Horde, dealing with, you know, just the whole history of the orcs and Hellscream and all that. We have Arthas, you know, the fall of this paladin, and we got Illidan. Straw poll in the chat. Let's check it out, guys. It's so hard to choose, to be honest. If I had to pick one, it'd probably be Arthas. But let's see what you guys think. Yeah, Arthas is winning. Seems like it's winning pretty. Maybe we're biased though, because we just watched the Wrath of the Lich King thing. I'm glad that there's still some love for Thrall in the Horde, because I really like that'd be my second favorite. I like Illidan's storyline, don't get me wrong, it's awesome, but I really love Thrall's story as well. Arthas storyline, man, these are my favorite. Shoddy, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. These are my favorite types of Warcraft story, though. So I don't know if you guys agree, but you know how in the future versions of WoW they have all these like space age ones with like Naru, and they're like blasting planets away, and Titans and all this. I know that that's actually the main part of Warcraft lore, and that, you know, this stuff isn't that big of a deal. But this is my favorite kind of story. This like defines Warcraft for me. The Arthas story actually made sense. Like, why are you even fighting? Yeah, anybody read? So you read the Arthas story, right? With the I remember I read the Arthas. I had the hard copy of it. Like I don't know what happened to it, man. I should have it back there. I had the hard copy of the book, man. I read that back in high school. All right, guys. We've been streaming for 2 hours and 15 minutes, guys. This is a little bit longer than me for usual. I kind of I gotta like do some real life stuff right now. I'd like to keep going, but it's already 12:40, so I'm gonna end it here, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again. Another day closer to Classic, and I always just love kicking it with you guys and hanging out in the stream. I really appreciate it. I know you guys have so many options as far as who you can watch stream and stuff, so the fact that you choose the stream and come want to hang out with me really means a lot to me, guys. I thank you for all the donations and all the support over the past weeks and months. Really do, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate it, guys. And I'll see you in the next stream, guys. We might do one tomorrow. Alright, guys, peace out.